Hello my dear friends, welcome back to our channel JEE Multiverse. Today in this video I am going to teach you the basics of dynamics of circular motion. This is a very important topic and it deals with all the force related problems, that is centripetal acceleration, normal, mg, and all these things will come, and it's a very interesting topic. So firstly, a few points that I want to add is that firstly you should know that when a particle moves with velocity v, it experiences an inward acceleration always, and it changes direction as the particle moves like this. And if the particle is here, the acceleration will be like this to the center always. Okay, so this acceleration we call it centripetal acceleration, AC, that is v squared by r. If you don't know how this formula comes, please watch our previous videos in circular motion playlist. So centripetal acceleration, due to centripetal acceleration, a particle experiences centripetal force, that is we can write as Fc, which is m into AC. AC is centripetal acceleration, so its formula becomes mv squared by r. Okay, and also you want to remember this, that v is equal to omega r. It will be used in a few examples as you can see ahead. Okay, so let's first start with a basic example like this. Let's assume that this is a Ferris wheel, and if a person is sitting at the top of mass m and the Ferris wheel is moving with a velocity v, like here. Okay, and there is another person that is sitting at the bottom and also the velocity is v of the Ferris wheel, and both persons are mass m. So we have to find what is the force experienced by the topmost person, and we have to find the force experienced by the bottom person. Okay, so first, if you know all these basics, then you can of course skip this video and watch ahead, but if you don't know, please pay attention now. So first we will find for the topmost person. Okay, so we are told that a person is sitting here, and this is the cabin, and this is the center, and it is moving with velocity v. So firstly, its mass is m, so downward force mg will come, and of course the container in which is sitting in will apply a normal force upwards like this. Okay, and we have to find this normal only because this is the force experienced by the person, not this mg, but normal is the force experienced by the person. So our goal is to find the normal reaction. But we also know that a particle experiences centripetal acceleration, that AC, and due to this centripetal acceleration, I already told that it will experience a centripetal force like MAC, or you can just write this AC. Okay, it experiences centripetal acceleration AC in towards the center. So we can write by basic Newton's laws of motion equation that mg minus n is equal to m into AC. So normal reaction will come out to be mg minus m is in AC, we all know that is velocity squared by r, so it will be mg minus mv squared by r. Okay, so this is the normal reaction experience. This is the force experienced by the person who is sitting at the top of the Ferris wheel. But if in the question it tells you that if the velocity, what should be the velocity, another question he asks you, what should be the velocity, so that person at the top feels weightless. The person at the top feels weightless, mark my words. Okay, so what does it mean by feeling weightless? Feeling weightless means he does not experience any force of any kind. Okay, so by common sense normal reaction should be 0. Okay, so what did we find here? Normal reaction, what mg minus mv squared by r, this should be by common sense 0 because it is told that he should feel weightless. So mv squared by r itself becomes equal to mg, and the mm will cancel itself, so our velocity which comes at under root gr. So if the Ferris wheel will move with this velocity, then the person sitting at the top will always feel weightless when it comes to the top. Okay, so this was the first part of the question, and second part we are told to find the force experience or the normal reaction of the person sitting at the bottom. So this is center, let's assume, and the person is sitting like this in the cabin. Okay, so he experiences downward force mg due to gravity, and now upward force will be in this direction, normal reaction, and of course the particle is moving, the cabin is moving with a velocity v, and we all know that it experiences an inward acceleration called centripetal acceleration, always towards the center. So it will be like this. So but in this case we have to write that normal minus mg is equal to m into ac. You can see the difference. In the first case it was mg minus normal is equal to mac. In the second case it is normal minus mg is equal to mac. Alright. So normal will be mg plus mac. AC we can write mv squared by r. Alright. So if we put this velocity here, it is not told in the question, I am just giving you an example. So our answer is this, okay, for the question. But if it's told that if velocity is under root gr, find the normal reaction at the bottom. So if that was the question, I am just telling you the answer. What will it be? That mg plus m v squared will be gr, and here also it is in the denominator it is r, so r and r will cancel. So normal reaction will be 2mg. Okay, if the velocity is under root gr. So what does it mean? It means that the person who is sitting at the bottom will suddenly experience a force twice its weight. Okay, twice its weight, and he will be like glued to the bottom of the cabin. Okay, so you can imagine that, and when he goes to the top he feels weightless, and when he comes to the bottom he feels force twice to its weight. So this was the basic analysis of this question. Let's do another example. There is no theory whatsoever in this, just we have to apply Newton's laws of motion. Okay, so let's assume that this is a circle, okay, and this is a center, and this is a string which is connected to the bob here. Okay, this is the bob. Okay, so and it is revolving like in this, in a circle. Okay, in a circle it is revolving like this. Okay, so when we are told that when its angle is 60 degrees, and its speed, let's say, is 1 meters per second, and mass is, let's say, 1 kg. So we are told, sorry, let the speed be 10 meter per second. Okay, so we are told at this moment what is the value of tension that is holding the ball. Okay, so it's also a basic question. So we'll just have to draw the FBD of the particle, that is the free body diagram. Okay, so let's draw, and this is the bob. It experiences a tension in this direction. This angle is 60 degree, and obviously it experiences downward force mg due to this, and its speed is v. Wait a minute, this is the center. Okay, this is the center of the circle, and this angle we obviously all know that this is 60 degree, and the particle is moving like this with the velocity v. So obviously it will experience an centripetal acceleration in this direction, okay, towards the center. So be careful with this direction. So now we'll just have to apply Newton's laws of motion, but before that we have to break the components of this mg to apply Newton's laws of motion along the string. Okay, so this angle, yes, you can all see, is also 60 degrees. So this direction, this component will come out to be mg cos 60, and this component will be come out to be mg sin 60, but we have no use of this mg sin 60 component because it is perpendicular to the string. So we can write by basic Newton's laws of motion equation that T minus mg cos 60 is equal to mac. Okay, so be careful by writing that equation because it experiences a centripetal force towards this, okay, like this, towards the center. Okay, so be careful. And T minus its mass is 1 kg, so 1 into 10 g is 10 meters per second. We are taking that. Cos 60 is 1 by 2, so it will be 5 here, and mass is 1, and AC is v squared by r. V is our 10, so 10 squared by r. So I forgot to give you the radius, but let's assume that radius is 1, or length of the string is 1 meter. Okay, length of the string is 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter. So tension will come out to be how much? 5 plus 100. So tension will come out to be 105 Newton. Okay, so you just have to apply this basic Newton's laws of motion equation. There is no rocket science. If the particle was here, let's take an example. If the particle was here and its velocity was v, moving with a circle, and tension was t, so obviously it would experience mv square by r here and mg here. So obviously we don't we have no use for this mg component because T will be equal to mv square by r because only two forces are acting in this direction. Okay, so be careful while solving these problems. So let's just take the last example. Let's take the last example for this video, last two examples, then we'll shut off the lecture. Okay, so let's assume that a car is moving on this type of convex bridge. Okay, car is like here and it is moving, let's say, with a velocity v, and the radius of this convex bridge is r and mass is m. We are told to find what is the normal reaction at this point. Okay, so it's easy enough, so be careful with the direction. So it will obviously experience mg in this direction and the bridge will apply normal reaction in this direction, and of course it will experience centripetal acceleration AC towards this. So it's very easy now. mg minus normal is equal to m, AC is v squared by r. Okay, the radius of the bridge r. So normal will be equal to mg minus mv squared by r. It's very easy, folks. Okay, so let us take another example. In now the particle or the car, as you can see, is moving in a concave type of bridge. Okay, in a concave type of bridge, and also this time its radius is also r and it is moving with a velocity v. Alright, and mass is m and we are told to find normal reaction again. So in this case also we just have to make free body diagram, nothing else. So obviously downward force mg, and now normal reaction will act like this. So now, and obviously centripetal acceleration towards the center. So normal minus mg is equal to m into AC, as you all know. So normal will be equal to mg plus mv squared by r. Okay, so it's very basic theory, folks, and already, and if it is told in this question, convex bridge type, that what should be the velocity so that car breaks contact. Okay, so if it's in the question, if it's asked this type of question, don't be afraid. It is just asking that what should be the velocity so that the car breaks contact, and in simple words that normal reaction should be 0. I will explain. So if here the normal reaction becomes 0, okay, then the car will not follow the circular path. It will instead break off this bridge and follow a parabolic path. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, so it's a quite basic question. So where were we? So we will just make this normal component 0, and of course our velocity comes out to be again under root gr. Alright, so it can ask all types of question depending about the question itself. Okay, so don't be afraid and try solving the questions as maximum as you can do. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, please share it and subscribe our channel. Meet you in the next video.